In the days before the war, the air nomads were despised. After an effective campaign against them, they were left largely distrusted around the four nations. They were accused of harboring a murderer. Their acolytes had been called extremists and violent. They were rapidly losing allies at every turn, and with the absence of the Avatar, KO, the balance between the spiritual realm and theirs was on their shoulders, alone. The masters of air were spread thin. It is sad to say that for all their wisdom, they never saw the shadows growing around them. Tonight, we return to the Northern Air Temple, a collection of Avatar hopefuls, people who might be the Avatar amongst the air nomads, are left sequestered with their mentor, Master Hyun. Right? Hold on. We're professionals here.
No, you said his name was Haral.
Haral. That's what I said. What are you talking about?
Close enough.
Close enough.
It's
Sequestered up in their
weird.
temple. It is spelt weird.
It's just all simple. It's all silent.
Master. Sequestered up in their temple, it is very easy to just kind of hide away from the world and do whatever needs doing. And following the events of last time, it's been about a year since the Bison Polo tournament. Tempest, the airbender of which we are following, has been separated from his kind of father figure, which is very taboo amongst the air nomads. He's been put into full-time training, for any one of the 13 Avatar hopefuls could become the Avatar by the time the last one turns 16, later next month. It is impossible to say where the road might take us. But today, at least, it's a pleasant one. Tempest.
Hello.
Today is another day in a long number of annoying training practices. Master Haral is this older air nomad. He's very thin and gaunt, like a papery kind of texture to his face. Among you are several different hopefuls with which you are variously kind of acquainted. You have Jungni, who's not really talkative. Remy, who's kind of like the practical jokester. Neelan, the star pupil, and generally kind of reviled amongst the hopefuls. And your old friend Pama. You're up in this secluded tower, away from a lot of the other nomads. You can feel the wind on your face, the rustling of trees in the distance. He's reviewing basic technique. You've spent the previous day in hours of meditation and guidance and searching for the self, probably long enough to find yourself a few times over. You see Neelan and Jungni kind of begin to spar ahead of you. It is your task to observe them, as they are apparently the higher-end students. So you hear. As they begin kind of going back and forth, you see Pama with a cleanly shaven head. She just kind of sidles up to you and just nudges you. You doing?
I'm okay. I'm just kind of done with all these annoying ass training practices. How are you?
I just heard from an old master of mine they might be preparing me for a ceremony in a few days' time. My own anointment. I'm getting an arrow.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. I'm not sure I'll ever get one, but
I wouldn't worry about that.
I try not to. I'm always the different one, so. But that's good for you. That's a big accomplishment.
Thanks. I haven't heard from the others tomorrow. Do you think they'll make it up to the north in time?
Probably. Things always have a way of working out.
Are you sure you're okay? You, after the tournament, you seemed kind of off. We didn't get to talk a lot after that.
Um, I just family stuff. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of this anymore.
All of what?
Like Avatar. Like I don't know, I just feel like it's bullshit. You know what I mean?
She looks around to make sure that Harald can't hear you. In what way?
I don't know. I just feel like why would anybody want this responsibility, you know?
Well, it's not something anyone chooses, I don't think. Except maybe. Then she looks over to Neelan. What are you saying? Like, if you were chosen?
I mean, I feel like there has to be a reason why no avatar has been revealed yet, and I think that it's none of us. And I don't know. I just think it's all kind of bullshit that we're all here. And I could be out with my dad, you know, flying bison.
This. I get it. But. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Palma. Yes? It's your turn. Right on. Palma gets up and gives you one more little nudge. She goes up to Jung Ni, Neelan having bested his opponent, with this big old smirk on his face. And Palma begins to go at it. It's this cycle of just attacker and defender. Jung Ni is a very balanced kind of fighter, and so is Palma. It's a rather even match. Jung Ni is a little bit more hesitant of himself, whereas Palma has no signs of such a weakness. Within a matter of 5 to 10 seconds, she has him flattened on the ground. It is through a couple other variations that you see until it comes up to your turn to go through a trial. You are called on for sparring practice.
All right. Let's get this over with.
Good luck.
It's going to kind of fist bump.
You stand up and you look around in this kind of like elevated gazebo that you're in, and the view is breathtaking. You almost forget that you're about to go into armed combat. The one in front of you is Remy, also bald. He kind of wears a lot of his clothing in a strand, like askew, or it's just a little bit too long, or various different small fashion statements to kind of detract from the general kind of mold that the monks like to impose. You ready? And then he puts up his, instead of taking like a combat stance, he puts up his dukes.
Yeah.
And you see Nealon in the background. You hear like the smack of skin to skin, like someone's putting their hand like right on their face.
I guess so. He'll do the same thing.
uh, so this is gonna be an exchange. So, what is your tactic?
Like, what am I gonna do first?
Well, yeah, so you're going to pick either defend and maneuver, advance and attack, or evade and observe.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to ready myself. I'm just gonna wait for him to move. And I will.
Okay, so you're going to evade and observe. You do have to pick.
That's defend and maneuver. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Defend and maneuver.
And then ready. Yeah.
Then if you roll with focus, please.
That is 7.
Let's put on some. Or not. Music's not working. Totally fine. There it is. So you got a 7. Then I believe that means you can use one basic or master technique.
Ooh.
What will it be?
I'm trying to find them. There's so many papers that I had for this freaking TTRPG. I mean, I guess. I mean, I am just waiting for him. Does he do anything? I mean,
Well, I have to know your technique and how you're going to do it before I can reveal how he does it.
yeah. Well, I was gonna ready, like defend and maneuver.
Oh, you were
under
gonna.
ready.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
My bad. We're all learning here. He's gonna go for advance and attack. He is a very what's the word? A very difficult thing to read. He readies himself back and then runs at you full force. Using charge. He closes the distance, and then he is gonna reach out at you and trying to shove you backwards as hard as he can.
Okay.
And then he's gonna mark you with 2 fatigue.
Holy shit.
He runs at the speed of sound and knocks you almost off your feet. Yeah.
I think I should have paid attention to what ready meant. I thought it was like I got to quite like retaliate or something, but I guess not.
I mean, did I not know what it means? What does it say?
No, it says mark 1 fatigue to ready yourself or your environment, assigning or clearing a fictionally appropriate status of nearby characters or yourself.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything.
You can pick a different. I'll go ahead and let you to pick a different defend and maneuver, so you're not totally.
I think what I wanted to do was retaliate.
Okay, that you can do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
yes.
then, in that case, then each time a foe inflicts fatigue, a condition, or shifts your balance in this exchange, inflict 1 fatigue on that foe.
You lose your balance and you fall backwards, but you end up in a backflip, launching him using your feet up into the air towards the ceiling. Ah!
Yes. Hell yeah.
He falls flat onto the ground. Oh. Man! What else you got?
Alright. So now do I roll focus again?
If you wanted to defend a maneuver again.
I don't. I would like to attack now, advance and attack.
Passion.
Yes, passion. That is a 9.
Ooh. Oh, still 1 basic or mastered.
Okay. Then I am going to cannonball him. So rush forward with the might of the wind behind you and crash into a foe. Mark 1 fatigue to a target to target a foe you aren't currently engaged with and rush at them. You become engaged with them, disengaging from current foes and inflicting condition on them.
What condition would you like to inflict?
Let's make him afraid.
You get back, get a square stance, like a runner stance. He thinks he knows what's gonna happen, and he takes like an actual fighting position. Like, oh come on, uh-oh. As he notices mid-air what's about to happen to him. You run at him with the same kind of speed, and he tries to take out your legs. Only this is called cannonball. You leap into the air and plant your feet firmly on his chest and send him flying off the gazebo and into open air. He screams as he starts to fall down. Ah! And everyone like perks up. Ah! And there's like a few seconds of silence. And everyone just inches over to the edge and looks down. And you see him hanging off like a boulder. Hey!
I'm gonna pull out my oh my god, my air glider. And he's just gonna, he's gonna throw it up in the air, and then he's just gonna jump and catch it, and then just like kind of fly down and like
you descend
grab him and pull him up.
You grab him and you lift him back up, landing very stylishly in the middle. He seems shaken. If he had hair, it'd be standing on end. I concede, and falls to the ground. You hear just like just some clapping. Nice.
GG's.
GG. Master Haral. That was extremely messy. Not very becoming of an avatar.
Oh well.
Very well. You're confident in yourself. Neelan, take his place. You see this air nomad who's about your age, maybe a couple months younger, who already has his arrows. He stands up. Yes, master. Everything about him is pristine. It is as the monks would envision a talent of that age. He stands before you with a distant smirk on his face. And he readies in an armed stance. What do you do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, what's up?
Begin.
Okay, I'm going to evade and observe.
Okay.
See creativity or harmony. That's a 5.
It's 5. Okay.
But I get to clear 1 fatigue. Quick question. When I did Cannonball, it says mark 1 fatigue to target a foe you aren't currently engaged with.
Mm-hmm.
If I was already engaged with him, do I still have to mark a fatigue?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. That's kind of how I took it, but I still wanted to ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Also,
That
because
is
that
good
was
for me,
fun, and you almost killed a friend. So yeah, I'm gonna reward you for that.
Oh, good. I love being rewarded for almost killing my friends.
Uh, he starts to. So I'm sorry. What was the technique you're doing again?
Well, I rolled a 5, so...
You're just clearing a fatigue.
Yeah, clear fatigue roll and roll with creativity, so I'm going to... Let's bolster or hinder. I'm gonna try... I'm hindering him, obviously.
In what way?
I guess how would I impede him? Like, what does that mean?
Oh, like the status?
Yeah.
Will you decide kind of what status you were going to give them?
Oh yeah. I can give
So you want to
status.
inflict a status that's appropriate? So there's like doomed, impaired, trapped, or stunned.
Let's try and stun him, I guess.
How would you like to try and stun him?
How far away are we from each other?
You're about 10, 15 feet away. Like a mid-range.
Okay. I guess I'll try and trip him.
You want to try? Okay. Like with like an air current?
Yeah.
Hold, please.
Or actually, I'm going to, since I probably still have my air glider in my hand, I'm probably going to try and just throw it at his feet.
Ah, that's different. Okay, yeah, cool. Sorry, where'd it go? There it is. No, I can't do that one. He is going to use Shockwave. Your air glider hits, and so he's surprised. What is happening? And he readjusts himself appropriately. Upon getting hit by the air glider and getting knocked on his feet, he also, as a precaution, lands on all fours, and this enormous gust of wind is shot out towards you. You are stunned for the next round. So is he.
Oh, good.
So you just cancel each other out. There was this collision of air, and everyone holds up their hands like, jeez. Again. Hurl instructs. Again.
All right. I am going to... I'm going to defend and maneuver. And I'm going to... No, that's not very good. That's a 3. So do I even get to do anything?
From my understanding, it doesn't really say. I will allow you to use a basic technique.
Okay. Then I am going to seize a position.
Oh, okay.
I guess, what's the terrain like around us?
The terrain's pretty flat. You have about 10 feet on your right, 10 feet behind you, and it's like this big circular room. So there's kind of 4 directions you can go. There's a bunch of pillars holding up like the gazebo-looking structure, but a bunch of windows to knock out or change kind of like the theater of battle to be in the air.
Okay.
A lot of stone, a lot of high ceilings.
Okay. Did my glider come back to me?
We'll say yes.
Yeah, okay.
He knocked it
Then-
away with his shockwave, and it kind of got rebounded back to you.
Okay. Then he's going to take off in his glider, and he's going to get, like, on the top of the gazebo.
Oh, okay, you're going out of sight.
Just, like, on the top of it, like, where I could still see him.
Well, everyone's inside. It's made of stone, so if you go on top, no one will be able to see you.
Oh, okay. I thought we were, like, in an open place. That's how I was envisioning
Well, you
it.
are... Sorry, it is... Think of, like, a princess tower, right? You're up high in the air. There's not a lot of places to go. And there's a tall, pointed ceiling.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Is there, like, anywhere on the ceiling where I can, like, go?
Like, inside?
Like, any, like, ridges on the ceiling? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I'll probably just, like, go up there and kind of just wait for him.
Oh, okay. You want to ascend into the ceiling,
Yeah.
take a
seize
position,
the high
and just
ground.
like watch him and try and be like sneaky.
Yeah.
Hi, Anna.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, perfect. He.
They heard the high 30 minutes, 30 seconds behind when you said it. Okay.
That's okay. As long as they heard it. You see Neelan look at you absolutely flabbergasted, and he takes a big breath, and he blows with all of his might air. He air bends up into the ceiling as you do your best and kind of maneuver around it as best you can. That is going to inflict, if I'm correct, which I never am, but I might. I'm not. That seems mean. I'm not going to do that. But it is going to mark you for fatigue.
Well, I only have 3 fatigue left, so.
Oh, okay. You fall to the ground. You try to reach for your glider, but Neelan steps on it. He crosses his arms and just shakes his head. He picks up your staff and hands it to Master Haral. You hear your other classmates clap. Although a little more hesitantly than they did for you. Woo!
We're going into sitcom territory now.
I'm okay with that.
That was the cold open.
You were free to stand up, though. The encounter is over, unless you would like to try and do. I'll allow one more Hail Mary.
Nah.
Okay.
He's done.
Well done, Neelan. A little proper form, and you could probably get there one day. He looks down to you. Now, that marks the end of today's training. That does not mean that you are free from work. I expect you to use the remaining time that you have here wisely, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Crack of dawn.
He's gonna kind of like stand up and like brush the dirt off him. He's gonna be like, "Well done, Eden."
Pama meets your... Are you doing, like, aloud?
Just under his breath.
Oh, okay. Pama, like, sees you and knows what you're doing and laughs. Haral leaves, gives you a side eye, and takes Neelan with him. Pama gets up to meet you and just... Don't feel too bad. That guy's something else. And not in the impressive way.
Yeah. Honestly, didn't even want to fight him. I just kind of wanted to run away and annoy him.
I think you did that very effectively.
Yeah, I want to do a little more, though.
Say, if you're interested in annoying some monks for a while, I might have a few ideas.
Yeah.
Follow me. She takes out her glider and ascends to higher places in the air temple.
I mean, I don't know if I can follow her. I don't have mine anymore.
Oh yeah, no, he gave it back to you.
Okay.
It was just a sign
Then
of
yes,
I won. Here's his weapon.
Okay, gotcha. Then yes, I will follow her then.
It's into this even larger chamber above you, and you see this very large woman, very beefy, tending to cakes. An air nomad, just who has just like little puff of wind that makes a cake rise. Master Sumati! The large airbender woman looks over to the two of you. Oh, it's good to see some friendly faces. Please help me with these. And she airbends a bunch of cakes up onto some baking sheets.
Yes. I'll help you, but under one condition.
Huh.
I would like a slice of cake, please.
Of course! And she gives you like an entire cake.
Oh my gosh.
It is a large cake, like airbender sheet cake, but in like a circle.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm gonna hide this, but I'll find a way. Thank you.
You don't need to hide it, just eat it. It's totally fine. Master Sumati? Yeah. Yes. Pupil. Do you have any cannonball specials ready? Let me check the oven. She takes out these two green cakes that appear goopier and larger that you might normally expect for her cakes to go. She is very well known for her baking skills. These look intentionally kind of screwed up. And she hands them to the two of you and just goes, "Your balcony is ready for you." Thank you. Pama like indicates that you should follow her. Going out to the balcony is this beautiful view. Enormous mountains. Being up here in the Northern Air Temple, it is so very high up. Even the mountains seem small in comparison to the temple. If you look down, you can see this large staircase where Neelan and your master are just casually chatting away at something that you can't hear and just walking down the steps directly below you.
What do you think they're talking about?
If I had to guess. And she like takes a cake and just holds it, starting to aim. Good ways to get green out of your robes. On 3.
On 3.
1.
2.
3. You yeetus the cakes. They fall, and you can almost hear the sound as they make a satisfying Nickelodeon style on both of their heads. Bullseye. You see Master Haral simply not move and take this huge breath, and Neelan freaks out. Looks around like he's ready to fight somebody. And Pama ducks down so she's not seen.
I will do the same.
That was good. High five. We should probably get out of here, though.
Tempest is going to do his best Air Bison impression.
What is his best air bison impression?
Or
You sound like Mooch. Come on, let's get out of here before they wise up where the cakes came from.
okay.
She like grabs your hand and takes you. You find yourself in another empty, large room. The air nomads are just kind of moving about their day, and the grounds are beautiful, and there's an abundance of time. What do you want to do?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I could drop cannonball specials on Neelan and Hurrah all day. But I don't know.
Uh,
There's not much to do as an airbender.
Pama just mentions up to you, like, the stuff you said earlier was kind of freaking me out.
Why?
Because I've kind of put the last 17 years into maybe preparing for one day being the Avatar, you know? And
Have you ever stopped to think whether that's what you want? Or you just doing it because you're told?
I mean, when you have that kind of responsibility, don't you need to own up to it?
I mean, I think there's some room for fun every once in a while. I don't think it has to be all this work and no play.
Yeah. I just see people like Neelan, who spirits help us if he manages to become the Avatar.
Oh, gosh. I don't
And
even
then I
want to
see,
think about that.
and then I see people like you who don't really want it. I don't know. I don't think I am. I just have
Yeah,
like a, I have like a gut feeling. Um,
I think you'd make a great avatar.
well, thank you. Um, Listen, I know you've been having a hard time. You've had a different kind of upbringing than a lot of us have had. If something ever happened, like you ran away or just moved on, went to be, I don't know, some pig farmer in the Earth Kingdom or some noble in the Fire Nation, if you just, I don't know, maybe come visit every once in a while.
Of course I would. Me, you, and all of our other friends.
Looking at notes.
Orang,
What are the
Dakpa,
name? What are
and
the name
Manga.
of my friends?
I haven't seen him in a year, okay?
um, she just goes, okay. Like, yeah, I care about this. We're not supposed to get attached. I know that is the goal, but I couldn't help but get attached to a couple people, you know?
I like to set my own goals, though.
That's very cool of you.
Thanks.
Don't want to go to your head. But I have some extra training I have to do. So I'm gonna go. But I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Don't train too hard.
She like pushes your head away. And
Okay.
just like teasingly, like,
Yeah.
and walks off. You see her take her glider and just zoom around the temples to parts unknown.
Nice. He'll get on his glider and he'll get on top of the gazebo.
It is a beautiful view. Of course, you are very high up in the mountains, so it is all just a little bit precarious. You can see the clouds moving like an ocean. There's this smell that is, for lack of a better word, the purest thing you really have ever smelled. Going down into the Fire Nation or the Earth Kingdom, it's all been very. You get a smell of the culture, the people, the plants. But up here, it's just a canvas that is yet to be painted on. You can see the sky and the sun. A beautiful day. And
Quick question.
yes,
Do I have Munch or is he with my dad?
Munch follows you. Munch is bound to you.
Okay. I just didn't know if they took me away from Munch or not.
Nope.
Um
Just the one you called father.
yeah. I'll say that I probably would have grabbed Munch and then went up to the gazebo.
He lands and there's this groaning of stone like but he doesn't care. He is large now.
Yes.
And he just
Big
kind
boy.
of cuddles up next to you and it's this really soft bison fur and he just goes
I'll do the same back. We talk. And he's just gonna like put his hands behind his head and just kind of like look up. Just like, what's the point of it all, Munch? Why am I here? Yeah. I agree. I mean, why can't we just go somewhere? You know? I would if it were up to me, I'd be out of here and we'd be flying across the Fire Nation, the Air Nation, performing for circuses all around. But no, we're stuck here. The only reason I haven't run away yet is because of Palma and seeing Neelan get his ass kicked every once in a while. But I don't know. What do you want to do, Munch?
He just gives you this huge lick, which is his tongue is the size of you. And you are now covered in bison spit and a Amber Alert.
An Amber Alert. Oh no. I think we have to go and look for a missing child now.
3 states away.
Blue Chevrolet, last seen in a silver shirt.
With the sky bison.
Just be like, all right, Munch. All right. And he's just gonna get on top of him. Just be like, let's go where you want to go.
This large creature just gets up on all fours, and you hear some people below you in the gazebo go, huh? And as you take off, you can swear the gazebo does like it wobbles a little. Munch ends up taking you on a day of finding berries, chasing flying lemurs, finding a various kind of lychee nut that only grows up here in the north. More clouds, more sky. There's this uneasy feeling you get just kind of looking into the dawn. But as the day kind of progresses, there's, it starts to get darker. And you start to get kind of sleepy. What do you do?
So you're like, man, Mooch, those are the best times, just me and you. You always pick the best stuff. You
That was my worst one by far. That was my worst one by far. I need like a bison sound maker so I don't have to do this shit anymore.
You just record it on your phone and just like 100 of them and just randomly play them.
Like a that was easy button.
Yes. But yeah, it's like, should we go back?
It's up to you.
I think Palma would be upset. I told her I'd see her tomorrow. Fine. Let's go back.
He lifts off and manages to make it all the way back to the temple just as the sun is setting.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said all right.
Oh. You make your way back to the place where you are sleeping. You do all get rooms. You see a few people. You see Neelan passing by. You hear Remy just go. You hear him in the distance. Has anyone seen Master Haral? He'll be by tomorrow. Just leave him alone. Okay, not to tell me twice. As people go into their various rooms.
He'll go in. And he's gonna split the rest of his cake with Munch.
You see Munch in like the window as you're just like chucking cake into his mouth. As you sleep that night, it is a rather restless sleep. You see a statue of Avatar KO with their lights glowing. You see a sky full of red. Explosions. The sound of someone calling your name. And you wake up in the middle of the night. Just to the wind, out the window. And you look out and you see in the sky this glowing sphere crossing it. It lights up the sky in this faint red. A comet like none you've ever seen.
Oh god. I'm gonna go to Palma's room.
You make your way down the halls. It is strangely quiet, even for an air temple in the middle of the night. You pass by Master Haral's chambers, and even you can see that there's like the doors open. It's empty. You go to your other classmates. They're all closed up. You come up to Palma's room. It's closed.
Can I get in a window so I don't have to knock on the door?
Yeah, you have to go outside the complex, but you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You escape outside and you find yourself onto this large circular landing, and that's where a lot of the red kind of overtakes you. It is a altogether very difficult to describe experience. It is ominous and simply enormous. You scuttle around to the side, the opening, and you leap up to one of the windows that's just big enough for an airbender of your size to fit through. You see Palma sleeping, her hair like unbraided and just kind of... Oh, no, she's bald. Just kidding.
She has a wig of her old hair.
She has a wig.
She wears it. She wears
I'll
it
never forget you.
Tempest is gonna shake her. She's like, "Wake up! Wake up!"
Huh? What are you... What's going on?
You need to see this. I'm sorry. I know you're asleep, but you need to see this.
She rubs the sleep from her eyes and looks up. That's different. Did you wake me up for a comment?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I don't think I'm saying things right. That is a red comment. Let me just... Oh.
I mean, they're not that common.
No, they're not. Oh. Huh. Is it weird that I'm feeling just kind of... What's the word for it? You feel the structure shake. Palma regains herself. What? An enormous ball of fire breaks through the room. And Palma is no longer near you. All you hear is flames and destruction. And not even screams, just no reaction to what's going on.
Oh my god. Palma.
You don't hear her.
He's searching around in the rubble.
Using your airbending, you move the rocks out of the way, and you see Palma weak, just grabbing for something, reaching for something to help her up.
You can grab her hand.
What's going on?
I don't know. We have to get out. We have to go.
You feel the temple shake one more time as another fireball crashes into the side of the mountain.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm gonna help her go, and I'm gonna yell yip yip at the top of my fucking lungs.
Munch is not sleeping right next to you, so it's gonna take a second for him to get there.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I'll hide, like...
Looks around, and she grabs her glider.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Can you stand? Can you stand?
She props herself up on her glider. I'm good. Just go. Get out of here. I'll find Mr.
I am
Harral.
not leaving you behind. Fuck Mr. Harral.
I need to find Master Harral. That's important. He'll be able to help. I don't know what's happening. You see if you can wake anyone up. I'm gonna find him.
I swear to God, Palma. Please be safe.
You too. And she takes her staff and she with a little bit more pep in her step, a little more adrenaline, she manages out the door and down the hallway. It's not crushed into oblivion.
Oh my gosh.
It's about this time you see Munch kind of like park up getaway style next to the window.
Okay. Then he's going... Yeah, he's just gonna get on him and, like... Is there anything that I could do with sound? With wind? I don't think so. He's just going to... Yeah, he's just gonna fly around, and he's just gonna start yelling, like, at the top of his lungs. Probably, like, stopping at each window. And just being like, wake the fuck up! Next window, wake the fuck up!
You get to, and you start... Most people are already awake, but some are still like, what's going on? And you get to the window, and you manage to kind of shock them into reality. Outside, the comet is bright in the sky. Everything is bathed in red. You see these metal, monstrous tanks simply climbing up the side of the mountain, launching fireball after fireball directly at the temple. They are so intense and powerful that it is hard to even begin to imagine how one might defend against such a weapon. You see them knock the gazebo that you were practicing in just yesterday clear off the mountainside. There's already several airbenders that you see trying to fight off the firebender invasion, and you see one by one they fall. There's too many people. Not all of the airbenders this late at night are not alert. They're not awake. They don't know what's going on. You see them kind of streaming out of various living quarters and taking a second to realize what's going on, and by the time they understand, they're gone. Or it disappeared in a puff of smoke.
Oh, gosh. Well, once I'm sure that pretty much everyone else is awake, I'm going back in to fucking find Palma.
You run around, you keep searching. You hear screaming coming from behind you.
Turning around.
You're gonna go find them?
Yeah.
You find Remy and Jungni, as they're both horribly injured, doing their best to help each other and keep clear of the smoke and use their airbending to make way. You're able to help them kind of carve a path through the hallway. What do you want to do?
And I guess just help, like... Do they have air bisons? Does everyone have bison?
All of the bisons are nowhere to be found.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna try and get them out. Like...
You do so. You find them...
Like, open air, and then just tell them to run, because I need to find Palma.
You get them out onto the large... landing. Thanks, Tempest. And they start off, and they look for their bison. And they're calling out their names, and they are not coming. You see one large tank crest the edge and point directly at you, and you see through the cannon a hand as it turns into a fist, and you see this torrent of fire jet directly at you.
Oh my god. It's happening. I mean, I'm... There's not much else I can do other than just get out of the way.
Okay. I just want you to go ahead.
I guess I could just, like, blast some air, try and disperse it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to have you rely on your skills and training.
Okay. Rely on skills and training. What do I roll
that is
for this?
focus.
Focus. Oh, great. Okay, that is an 8.
Okay, so with an 8, you can succeed at a cost or mark of fatigue.
Like a cost of what? A status or
You
condition?
succeed, but there are consequences for your actions.
Oh my god.
You succeed imperfectly. This
Let's
happens,
just do
but
that because I don't want to die.
okay. You summon up all of the air that is possible directly at your feet, and it almost disperses the flames, and you're able to use it to lift it and shoot it off in another direction. It crashes into the ceiling, causing much of it to actually fall down around you. It crushes the tank, and you swear you'd get rid of it, but you hear it moving and moving the rubble, almost indestructible. It's not seeing you. You've bought yourself time. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna tell them, run, and if you can hide. I don't know if you can outrun this. And then he's just gonna bounce.
He bounces. You can hear Remy and Jungni give you a just distant affirmative as the panic starts to set in, and they do the best to get as far away as they possibly can, fighting off different kinds of fires that are made around them. What are you doing?
I'm running back in. See, I'm gonna go see if I can find at Haral's room. See if I can find Pama.
You see her inside. She's looking for things, looking for different passages, looking for notes. Where could he have gone? Where is he?
Pama, we need to get out of here. He left us to die.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Plead.
Which is...
I believe plead is
no.
passion.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
Nope, harmony.
that's-
It's harmony.
Okay, that's a 7.
Okay, you succeed at cost. Or -1 fatigue. Oh, just kidding. It's just cost.
Oh, great.
Okay, look, even if you're right... Even if you're right, that doesn't make any sense. Where would he have gone? Like, he could have... I can't buy that, Tempest. And you hear this other huge crash into the side of the mountain. You can see that the ceiling is starting to give way a little bit.
He's gonna grab her and be like, Pama, what matters right now is not where he went or why he went. What matters right now is that you and I are safe. I don't think I could live with myself if you died. We need to go.
The entrance is too crowded. There's a back way. She uses her glider and she directs you towards it. It's like this long passage that leads to the opposite side of the complex.
Let's go.
You go as fast as you can, especially with her, and she keeps bringing up, like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't think he left us to die. He's, like, yeah, he wasn't the warmest person in the world, but was he really the kind of person to let people suffer? I don't think so.
He literally made us all suffer for the past year.
It doesn't make any sense. You come on out into the exit, and Mooch figured out a way to get around you and is waiting for you.
Just hop on the back of Mooch.
You get out and you hold your hand out to her. I can't go with you, Tempest.
What do you mean you can't go with me?
My friends are suffering in there. I can't leave. And you can't stay.
We can pick people up on the way.
This is our home. We can't just leave it. Tempest. She takes your hand and she puts... she takes off her necklace and she puts it in your hand. This little silver coin that looks almost Earth Kingdom. I don't know what's happening, but you have to leave. if this all goes wrong, we need someone else out there looking for us. Like, keeping us alive.
He's just like bawling at this point. Why can't it be both of us?
Because I can't live with myself if I knew that I didn't do everything that was possible to try and keep this place standing. Don't make this harder than it has to be. You hear this other crater smash into the side of inside of the complex. Go.
He's just bawling. He's just gonna be like, okay, please be safe. I'll come find you.
Be safe. You see a firebender come in through one of the entrance, and Pama uses all of her power to force you and Moonch as far away from the edge as possible. Get out!
We're just flying.
You, from the distance, you can see Pama, even with this comet and their inexplicably enormously strong firebending. She deflects it. She uses all of her power to defeat each assailant. And as you look back and you see that she's still alive, it gives you enough hope to keep moving. Your home, the last place that you've known, is in flames. You see tanks and firebenders crawl all over it. And you see the resistance slowly die out like little lights. You see this meteor hurled up from the ground towards you and Mooch.
God. How fast is it coming?
Very fast. Like, easily like 70 miles an hour.
Okay. And so he's gonna go down to Mooch and he's be like, Mooch, you wanna do a trick? And he's just gonna say, dip down as fast as possible.
Shoo, you sink like a rock. Sorry?
Well, right as he starts dipping, I'm gonna jump up.
He sinks like a rock, and you immediately split. The meteor flies in between you. Even with all of your speed, it almost singes the bottom of your feet. Do you land back onto Mooch?
Yeah.
You continue the impressive acrobatics for what seems like hours, but in reality it was probably only a handful of seconds. They see an airbender escaping, and they are not willing to let it go. It isn't until Mooch, trying to avoid a meteor, gets hit by a second right on the side. The pain knocks him out, and you are both left free falling.
Mooch. I feel like he's gonna try and like get on his glider and get underneath Mooch and like put his hands up and like, or like one hand on him and the other one just straight down.
Try and just shove him backwards and like slow the descent.
Yeah.
You fall straight, like slowing him down, and you fall straight into water. Thanks to your quick thinking, you managed to not make it terminal. You keep pushing with your air bending, trying to keep him up and keep you afloat. Unfortunately, with all the smoke and the pressure of keeping a sky bison afloat, you eventually, after a couple hours of keeping this up, pass out. Eventually, you wake up and you feel cold steel under your fingertips. Through your blurry vision, you can see between bars. You feel the undulation of the waves beneath you. It is truly a tragedy what happened to the air nomads. Not every mortal would tell you that, but it is true. All life is precious. But the mortals have a difficult time seeing that. There are some who would watch the world burn if it meant they were the king of the ashes. It is a veil of pride and greed that brings upon an ocean of disdain, drowning everything in its wake. And so it is on you to find the antidote for hate. But I tell you, mortal, the enemy of hatred is not love. It is hope. This has been Avatar Legends Reign of Fire, Prologue number 6, Last Breath. If you saw or heard anything that you enjoyed tonight, please consider giving us a follow just so that we know that you're out there. And until next time, my friend, good evening.